You know that child, the one who's super bright, curious, incredibly talkative, but when you put letters and sounds in front of them, something just doesn't connect. They're trying so hard, you're trying so hard, but it feels like you're missing something. Well, what you might be seeing isn't a lack of effort, it's a different way of learning. And that's what we're going to dig into today. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's so easy to look at these struggles and think, oh, they're just not trying hard enough. But what if it's not about trying harder? What if it's about a fundamental difference in how their brain is wired? So let's start with a really crucial reframe. We are talking about a different way of learning. Understanding dyslexia isn't about fixing a problem, not at all. It's about recognizing and, more importantly, supporting a unique way of processing the world. So what is dyslexia, really? Well, it's a neurodevelopmental learning difference. That's the key word. It means it's about how the brain is wired, right from the start. It's not a deficit. It's just a different way that the brain processes language, specifically that tricky connection between sounds and the symbols we use to write them down. And let me just say this as clearly as I possibly can. It has absolutely nothing to do with intelligence. In fact, it's so important to see the whole child. We have to flip the script from focusing only on the challenges to celebrating the strengths. A lot of children with dyslexia have these incredible assets, amazing reasoning skills, wild creativity, and, wow, are they often fantastic storytellers. So that brings us to the big question. What should you actually be looking for? Let's talk about the earliest signs, the patterns you might start to notice in the classroom or at home, way before anyone's even expecting a child to be a fluent reader. Now, the key word here is patterns. This isn't about a one-off mistake. We're talking about consistent things you see over time. Like, are they really struggling to hear the rhyme in cat and hat? Do they have trouble remembering letter names that you know they knew yesterday? Are those letter reversals like B and D sticking around? Or maybe they find it really hard to follow simple, two-step directions. When you see these things together, they start to tell a story. Okay, so you're noticing some of these patterns. What's your role? This part is so important. Your job is to be an observer, to notice things, and maybe adjust how you're teaching. Your job is not to diagnose or to label a child. Think of yourself as a supportive detective gathering information to help. This is about opening doors for a child, not shutting them. So why is this so important to catch early? Let's dive into why early support, especially in that early childhood care and education setting, is such a game changer. Why is this environment so uniquely powerful for giving the right support at exactly the right time? Well, think about it. Unlike the later grades, early childhood education is all about development, not performance on some test. It's a low-pressure zone. Kids are learning through play, through exploration. And that gives us this golden opportunity to see how they learn naturally and to step in with support before they ever start to feel like they're bad at school. And this, right here, this is the ultimate goal. It's not about rushing to get a label. It's about protecting a child's spirit, their confidence. It's about making sure that their natural love of learning doesn't get worn down by frustration. When we support them early, we build a rock-solid foundation for both their skills and their self-esteem. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the really good stuff, the how. Let's get into some practical, everyday strategies you can use for nurturing every single learner in your care. And you know, the beautiful thing about these strategies is that they're great for all kids, not just the ones who might be struggling. It really boils down to four main ideas: using lots of different senses, taking the pressure off of just reading print, building up their spoken language skills, and keeping routines nice and clear. Let's look at an example. Think about multisensory learning. Instead of just looking at the letter S on a flashcard, what if a child traces that S shape in a tray of sand or even some shaving cream while they're making the S sound? Right there, you're connecting touch, sight, and hearing all at once. That's how you build stronger pathways in the brain. Of course, none of this works in a vacuum. Partnering with parents is absolutely key. The goal is to be a supportive ally. That means sharing what you see in a simple, gentle way. It means reassuring families that, hey, learning differences are actually pretty common. And it means working together as a team to create a loving, pressure-free environment for that child, both at school and at home. And the impact when we get this right, it's profound. I mean, it's life-changing. When we support kids early, they learn that struggling is just a normal part of learning. It's not some personal failure. They build a healthy identity as someone who is smart and capable, and they learn to trust in their own unique strengths. We're literally shaping how they see themselves as learners for the rest of their lives. So, if you take one thing away from our chat today, let it be this. Early recognition doesn't change the child. They are still that same amazing, creative, wonderful kid. What it changes is us. It changes how we respond, how we teach, and how we understand. It allows us to finally meet them right where they are. So I'll just leave you with this question to ponder. In our classrooms, in our homes, what is one small thing we can do tomorrow, just one, to make sure a child's unique learning path is met with support and not with resistance? Because that simple shift, well, that can change everything.